Yo, what's good with y'all boys and y'all girls? You know what I'm saying? So basically, this is a part three of the Zodiac lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, yo, look out here, bro. Like, look at this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Got the sun out. You know what I'm saying? Got the little hoodie. Got the little, you know what I'm saying? Yay. You know what I'm saying? So, yay. You know what I'm saying? So, look, in this episode, we're going to be talking about Gemini, which is ruled by the third house, also ruled by Mercury, and its element is air, but it's mutable air. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about it helps like some things that you know can help them as far as like needs. We're gonna be talking about the opportunities they take. We're gonna be talking about what's kind of a struggle or a learning opportunity for them, and we also gonna be talking about what's easy for them and what's kind of like their gifts, things like that. Oh shit, hold on. Little bit of notes. You know what I'm saying it's windy. Good weather out here, but yeah, like the gifts and sometimes there's misunderstandings, and also what's is like total opposition, but opposites attract. So it's all good in the hood. I'm not in the hood, shit. But anyways, anyways, right? So yeah, so basically, what this helps, a lot of times the Gemini we know it's mutable air, so this sign is able to adapt to other people's ways of thinking and communicating. That's why you see a lot of Geminis and they almost have like multiple personalities. Like they have like they'll be silly and like kind of childish, but that's because they are adaptable to how other people can talk, and they rely on having multiple ways of communicating and thinking, right? Make sure y'all check out my last video about what's the modalities, which is fixed, mutable, and cardinal, so y'all can have some more, you know, detail and shit like that. So basically, the help that a Gemini can have is from its neighbors, which is Cancer and Taurus. Cancer is it's a cardinal water sign, so a Gemini they have like so many ideas and so many things on their mind, all over the place, engaging with their environment. Sometimes the Gemini can, go to their neighbor and ask for some help, which is able to, add emotions and add feelings to whatever idea they are trying to have or ideas they have, right? And sometimes the Gemini can also get help from his other neighbor, which is Taurus, to help him or her be stable on whatever ideas they do have. To be stable, try to uh, maintain. Like, let's say a Gemini has a idea to play basketball. A Taurus can help the Gemini be like, hey, we go to this basketball gym, and we're gonna go there. Once a week. Make sure you have your clothes ready. Something stable, and keep going there. Like, keep getting better. Don't change your mind and switch and do this or that. Good idea. Let's maintain that, right? And Cancer be like, hey yo, good idea. Um, I hope you care about it. I hope you can, bring family or bring friends and, connect with that. You know what I'm saying? So it can be like a deeper connection and things like that, right? So now the opportunities that a Gemini takes is Leo, which is fixed fire, and Aries, which is cardinal fire. So, and a Gemini, they often take the opportunities to Leo, based on whatever ideas they have and what kind of conversation style they adapt from other places or other things. They can set the stage to be entertaining and be fun or be expressive, in the way of like expressing themselves, either like because Gemini rules the arms, double hands, so they can be very expressive, right? They take opportunities to do so. And Aries, they take opportunities to spark a new way of feeling about something, right? Because they'll be, for example, I'm here talking to you, and let's say I'm a Gemini, right? I can spark a new way of like, oh, how to think about this, right? Or how to feel about that, right? With some spark, with some energy. So a Gemini, they take opportunities to, jump in the fire. Hey, you feel me? Shit like that. So boom, right? Now, a learning a learning obstacle and kind of like a struggle for a Gemini, it's other mutable sign, which is Virgo, mutable Earth, and Pisces, right? Which is mutable water. So a lot of times, Gemini has to learn how to adapt to other people's ways of making sense and uh, organizing, you know, uh, setting a type of like structure. So the thing with Gemini and Virgo is that they both rule by Mercury. So it's not as hard, square, 90 degrees. It's not as hard for a Gemini to adapt to like different ways of like doing things. Yeah, like Virgo, because they both rule by Mercury, so they both can think and they both can and they both think and they both do analyze. But the Gemini might need to learn how to, you know, like set things on task and put things into like a routine basis, like earth basis, kind of like Taurus, like being able to maintain that position, but more like Virgo being able to uh interact with a certain position and adapt to like different positions, and be able to do things in different ways and not just be about, like the idea or the mental, but more about actually practicing that for a certain routine, to get things done, right? So that might be the learner opposition. That might be the learner square with Virgo. As far as Pisces, which is mutable water, a Gemini might struggle to be able to adapt to uh, other people's or other places and connect with that or feel how they feel, because a Gemini, they're most likely intellectuals, and Pisces is more emotional. So they have the learning opportunity, like they have the learning chance, because both of them are immutable. So they can both adapt, but Gemini is air and Pisces is water. So they can both adapt, but it'll be like a slight struggle to adapt to how other people feel and how to interact and kind of like do that whole like feeling thing. I'm a Virgo, so I don't know shit about, like I do know shit about that. But as far as like feelings, a Gemini can learn to do that. Right. So as far as the gifts and what's very easy for a Gemini to do, that would be cardinal air, which is Libra, and fixed air, which is Aquarius. So as far as cardinal air, which is Libra, a Gemini is very it can be it's very easy for them to be able to uh, initiate ideas and initiate like new ways of thinking and new ways of how to communicate with deals with like relationships and being able to relate with another individual or another person through communication and things like that, and also fix air. So a lot of times the things about a Gemini is that they are very adaptable, but sometimes they can be fixed on how they already make sense out of something, right? Which is Aquarius, being able to maintain your position in the mental. So you can't change my mind about this. Like I already think like this. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how an Aquarius fixed sign operates. It's very disciplined, which is because it's also ruled by Saturn. Discipline, like organized, things like that. So that's the gift that Gemini has, because all three of them, all three of y'all are air signs. And yeah, let me talk about the misunderstandings with a Gemini, right? So the misunderstandings with a Gemini is Scorpio, which is fixed water, and Capricorn, which is cardinal earth, right? So let's go on the Capricorn sign, right? Capricorn South Node, me. But yeah, as far as cardinal earth, sometimes it's harder for a Gemini to it can be a misunderstanding because a Gemini, they're so in the mental, being adaptable to other people's ways of thinking, out in the environment, engaging, and things like that. They might misunderstand how to, or they might have a misunderstanding when it comes to initiating a new way of how to build something or how to do something, right? When it comes to a misunderstanding, they get the point, but they low key miss the point because Capricorn is about building, creating hustles, and you know completing a task. And if they initiate it, they'll complete it, right? So a lot of times the Gemini, they can initiate new things to do because they thought about it. They can initiate that, but as far as like staying disciplined and finishing the job, finishing the task, completing, going on to the next level, sturdy, discipline. That can be the misunderstanding. So yeah, as far as Scorpio, there can be a it can be a misunderstanding when it comes to being able to fixate yourself on your own feeling, like your own emotion, and uh, like transform like your situations, because that's like the other similarity that a Gemini and a Scorpio can have, because Scorpio is ruled by Pluto and Mars, but as far as like the Pluto aspect, it deals with like transformation, changing from one form to another form. But it's about being fixated on your own emotion due to how you feel, and like you standing on your true feeling, right? So that can be the misunderstanding. A Gemini being able to adapt to other people's ways of thinking and communicating, engaging with the environment, having different ideas, and I guess acting on different ideas. And Scorpio, fixed water, ruled by Pluto and Mars, having passion and intentions, and also being able to manipulate scenarios, all in order to transform their situation from this instance to what they intend to, what they desire to. So that's how the misunderstanding can be between a Gemini and a Scorpio. So as far as the opposition, Gemini's opposite sign, that will be Sagittarius, which is mutable fire. Now, Sagittarius is ruled by the ninth house that deals with learning, long forms of travel, and seeing the situation and be able to gain the wisdom and morality out of the story. You know, Gemini is being able to think, analyze, search, be curious, short distance travel, and being able to come up with an an idea about what's going on that will depend on how the environment sees it, and adapting to it. You know what I'm saying? Because Geminis are very curious in nature. So even though it's an opposition dealing with air, thoughts, ideas, concepts, and excuse me, thoughts, ideas, concepts, and fire, ways of feeling, ways of seeing, and impulse, right? You know, there's a difference between being able to think, be curious, and like engage with your environment, and there's a difference between being able to see and feel how others feel and how others, see things, and gain their morality out of the situation. So that's the difference between the mutable air and the mutable fire. It's not too much of a difference because opposites are, you know, the axis. Like this is this axis and this is the other axis. You know what I'm saying? So it's all one story, but each one is on a different axis. Mutable air and mutable fire. Now, yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna hit y'all boys up with the next episode, and yeah.